The new season of ALGS is finally here, and Year 4 absolutely delivered on opening weekend. From seeing teams in their ALGS debut being able to walk away with phenomenal results, to seeing how all of our off-season roster shakeups played out. Teams clutching out in game number 6 and all of our usual ALGS turns and twists. But if there's one thing that seemed to be consistent from last year to this year, it's both Dark Zero and TSM battling it out at the top of North America. Let's get down and do what it do. ALGS week number 1 TLDR. And as per usual, when it comes to ALGS action, we got things started down in the APAC South region, and while we were missing some of the region's favorites like MDY White and Ironblood Gaming, pretty well all of our other LAN teams from the region were in the lobby. Boogie Boarders, Legends Gaming, the team that got the world's attention at Champions under the Black Hand banner, and DreamFire. Although DreamFire seemed to be MIA on opening night, putting up a mere 15 points through 6 games. Good news for DreamFire and their fans though, with 8 LAN spots in the APAC South region, a lackluster performance doesn't break their chances of making LAN like it did when the region only had 5 spots. And while Lightning Unicorn, the roster formerly known as Buriram United Esports last season, only finished second in game number 1, it was along with 9KP that would leave them tied for first, and then in the very next game they would be able to double it up, this time a 20-point game as they would walk away winners in game number 2.
And Lightning Unicorn! Lightning Unicorn, baby! Let's fucking go!
And while Lightning Unicorn would only add 3 points in game number 3, they'd finish third in game 4 and then second in game number 5, watching Boogie Boarders and Legend Gaming able to cut into the lead with dubs for each of them. Come on, Legends! Come on, Legends! Let's go, boys! That's free, baby! Let's go!
And you miss its moments, it's already their victory. They were watching the lavas, they were watching the houses.
That's what we need, baby! But they would still go into the 6th and final game with a lead over Boogie Boarders. Unfortunately for them though, they'd fall early on and only add a single point, leaving the door open for just Boogie Boarders as Legends Gaming had already fallen in 18th. And in the end game, it was the squad of Rocky, Panayi, and Fussy, the lobby's leader in damage and kills, on the day putting on an absolute clinic. Absolute ice in their veins, and then a dub for good measures as Boogie Boarders would be able to wrap up the dub in APAC South.
And Boogie Boarders in the God spot, and the stars align. God spot for Boogie Boarders, and I think they take the win here, bro. 100%.
Start piling up for Boogie Boarders.
Yes, sir. That's a Boogie Boarders W.
On his back right now. He's no stranger to being the kill leader in a lobby, and even more damage is piling out of this fully stacked 30-30. Oh
okay.
My god, headshot!
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
He will not stop.
Yes, sir!
He's making a mess on the floor. Kisses already down to the ground.
Yes, sir!
And Boogie Boarders knows this is their day. They've already taken the leaderboard.
Divine eliminated.
Bro, Fussy feeling himself right now.
And Boogie Boarders are in first. GG's, they take it on the day. Bro, Fussy, stop it! Fucking stop it!
I think they have secured #1 spot. As
they did. 100%. Boogie Boarders are first place.
This has been a brilliant match for them. And
wow.
The Boogie Boarders are right.
The victory lap for BGB. Look at all them KP.
A show from them, yes. But look who's left. It's halfway on the other side. Boogie Boarders.
I literally said it earlier. This is a team that could, if they want, just run teams down. They did just that here in game number 6 to come out on top. That's insane, dog. Holy. And with that, Boogie Boarders would finish in first place, followed by Lightning Unicorn, Legend Gaming, Bearclaw Gaming, and Kakoi rounding out the top 5. And don't forget that next weekend starts with the doubleheader sessions in both APAC regions. And we're going to be live and watch partying every single week. So if you're looking for a good place to tune in, as well as to stay up to date with videos every week, like this one right here, make sure you subscribe down below and got those notifications turned on. And before we get started talking about APAC North, can I just say that it feels absolutely amazing to have an English broadcast back. A big shout out to the crew over at the APAC South Hub for handling business. And of course, as we discussed last week on the OnQ Esports podcast, APAC North saw many roster shakeups and org shakeups this offseason, whether it was new orgs for old rosters like Crazy Raccoon with the old Gombre roster and Reject with the Realize roster, or just roster changes in general like we saw from staples in the region like Riddle Order and Northeption. So it was really fun seeing how all these teams were able to perform in week number 1 after the shakeups this winter. Northeption would pop off with their new roster in game number 2, pushing themselves out to an early lead off the back of a 23-point game.
And it's all up to right now, but the fumble.
Oh, he was going to try and go for the
remaining. It's now or never.
dive.
Northeption against Riddle Order. Saku goes down first.
Saku eats
the big EMP to start things off here for Northeption. 3v2 here now.
Easy peasy.
Easy.
With the win and Northeption.
And then the new Crazy Raccoon roster would follow that up, saying anything you can do, I can do better, showing up in game number 3 with 14 KP. Oh my gosh, what an entry here from Jusna.
Of the 3-man beam once again, and
Riddle Order still standing here? No, Saku ends up going down. So it is still Riddle Order versus Crazy Raccoon here for the end. But Crazy Raccoon's in such a good spot. Hold on.
Here comes the
Stand by.
Melcera coming in from behind, but just trying to
Stand by.
Jung-hee low HP. Both low HP on the members of Crazy Raccoon.
Oh, that shield swap's what they need though.
Jung-hee back on red, but not the commit just yet.
That zip line is just killing everybody. And look at that. Crazy Raccoon, the champion of our very last game.
Once we got to World's Edge though, it was truly Reject's lobby and everyone else was just playing in it, walking away with a dub in game number 4 to start things off and officially inserting themselves in the race for that number 1 spot.
Exactly.
He's going to be able to be behind Reject.
The late swing.
Shut up.
A bit of circle damage doesn't matter. They have full HP on everything. Oddly on 1 HP though.
Does Melstrip find a way to pull this off?
They have the high ground. Fennel is eliminated, but are they aware of the low ground players?
No.
Reject with the late
Is able to
swing
rat his way
from the
to
dome
second
with the
though.
patience from
That's
this
big for
team.
Riddle Order. It's a big 9 placement points. But then it would be an additional 2 top 3s and 25 KP. Yeah, that's right. 25 KP in the final 2 games, along with 16 placement points. Can't help but wonder if their old org is starting to realize that they may have made a mistake. Rejects end up on top for the day, followed by Riddle Order, Crazy Raccoon, Play Outside, and Satuchi Sparks, rounding out the top 5 for week number 1 in the APAC North region. And EMEA on Sunday would kick things off for a bangin' final day of our first weekend of ALGS. Similarly to APAC North, a lot of roster moves this offseason with just about every longtime duo separating ways, which is why I was quite honestly surprised at the lackluster performance from Alliance. The one squad from last year that retained its entire roster, and they even looked decent to start things off. But then the wheels just seemed to come off. Only time will tell if Alliance can recapture the magic from regional play last season. And going into the weekend, we got the unfortunate news that Vex Gaming would be closing their doors, but that wouldn't stop their former roster, now known as Orgless and Hungry, from still showing up and showing out. A bit of a slow start in games 1 and 2, but it was in game 3 that we would see them pop off with a 25-point dub. So the building that he was just looking at, that's going to be the building that Swinny's in, which means you got another team in the building back behind that. Honestly, Orgless and Hungry might take this.
They have nothing to play. They might swing us here.
They gotta watch us start fail on the right.
There. I'm burning one. Crack one.
Nice.
In this side.
That's a good thermal.
Look.
Cybercat's gonna be out here. So you got a solo left in E6 from K Swinny, and then I think it's a full set of 3.
I'm ulting it.
Big suck.
They might just be below. Just hold here and watch out the right side.
Last one. Last team.
Just hold.
Look.
The duo.
Bang one.
Big start here for Unlucky.
I'm here.
Got one cracked. Nice. Orgless and Hungry just gonna be able to take this one home. Maybe.
Knock one.
There it is. Orgless and Hungry able to take game 3. Good shit.
Oh my God.
That's a big game for them. Able to pick up a few more KP on the way at the end. I'm pretty sure they got double-digit KP. Good shit. But game 4 would be where K Swinny and the new E6 roster would really separate themselves from the pack. Games 2 and 3, they had already gotten themselves 19 KP along with their pair of top 5 finishes, but a 21-point dub in game 4 would have Element6 leading EMEA with just 2 games left.
Passion eliminated. There we go. Tensei dead. Here we go. I think it might be a 3v3. Straight up. And a knock. Talk your shit, see?
That's so easy.
go, baby. Let's fucking
Let's go!
Let's fucking go, man. Element6.
And while they did go into Game 5 with a 16-point lead over ANC Outplayed in 07, they'd go out 17th with just 1 KP in Game 5, and then going out relatively early again in Game 6 in 8th place with 4 KP, meaning that door would be open for one of those teams behind them to pull off the comeback in Game number 6. And ANC Outplayed looked to do just that. Hold on, ANC Outplayed still in this. Does ANC Outplayed pull this off in the last game?
I think it's only one player alive here to deal with. ANC Outplayed will move through that choke and
I
will
don't-
win our final game. And you get the feeling that maybe with that win,
I think they fall just short. This is going to be close, but I think E6 is at 57 points off their placement, and I think they had more than 2 kills. But when everything was all said and done, it'd be E6 able to come out on top in week number 1 in EMEA, with Outplayed, Orgless and Hungry, 07, and Stay Healthy rounding out our top 5, which would leave us with everyone's favorite region in ALGS, North America. And the good news for TSM fans is the reigning champions didn't take long to win their first game in year number 4. Matter of fact, not only did TSM win game number 2,
It's Dark Zero. 3v3 against TSM. Zero hits his shots this time around. The first one to go down, though, as Verholz finds it. Big E comes up clutch yet again, but will Sykes be the difference? Oh my goodness. It is Sykes. He needs the last bullet. No, it's TSM who will take the win.
TSM would then do their best impression of Drake and go back-to-back in game number 3.
Now TSM have to be aware of where Elevate are going to be coming from, as Dark Zero now also throwing down the Dark Veil, a nice cross for you that you love to see. Looks like an A mark.
it does indeed. One team who were eliminated, though, the solo player from Aim Gang is out. So it's a straight 3v3 between E8, Dark Zero, and TSM. 3 of the biggest hitters and 3 of the form teams, you would say, if you look at scrim results. But surely this is just going to open the door for a simple task for TSM, one that they cannot mess up. Dark Zero eliminated as EA pushed them, damage done, and now it's just a case of walking to victory, surely, for TSM. But no! The fight has turned on its head here. Shuby's still alive, but no, TSM will manage to close it out just for a second. You thought Elevate might be able to pull something out of the bag, but no, TSM back to back as we finish our games on Storm Point.
And even after the back-to-back wins for TSM, Dark Zero was still right on their tails, off the back of a pair of top 3s and 27 kills through the first 3 games, letting ALGS fans know that with all the changes in the land from years 3 and 4, at least the fight at the top would still include 2 of the same teams that we all have come to either love or love to hate. And the Dark Zero farming simulator would continue in game number 4, adding an additional 12 KP to go along with the dub. This was a squad that was cooking all night long.
And Dark Zero have just had the best spot the entire time near these train tracks. They can play height, they have cover with these boxes and the mountains from above, and they also right now have a Bloodhound ultimate. We're going to see how this works out. Doesn't look like they're going to be missing much. Elevate, however, they're going to be missing all of their members, as that is an easy wipe. It's going to be a FaZe and Dark Zero 3v3, Mark.
Yeah, damage been done as well here by FaZe. You can see the Zero's taking an off angle though, but can he survive? No, he can't. It's going to be FaZe who get that first knock, but Sykes is going to answer back. Sykes, the new pickup, looking once again to prove he is the man to take Dark Zero back to glory. A second one for him as well. He wants the 3-piece and he's going to get it. Dark Zero will be your champions here, and Sykes showing exactly why Zero and Jen Burton put their trust in him.
Matter of fact, Dark Zero would finish the series off never placing outside of the top 10 and never finishing with less than 6 KP. Is it possible that with the addition of Sykes, the former world champions are now better than ever? Only time will tell, but definitely interested to know your thoughts down in those comments below. And since it looks like Tech and the Meat Lovers are conceding their contest to the CEO in TSM's other lobby, don't be surprised to be seeing a lot more of TSM at the top of the daily leaderboards. But for now, Dark Zero takes the dub. TSM in second, Elevate, the PLQ team in third, followed up by Sweet and LG and Optic Gaming for that top 5. And that's going to wrap things up as far as the ALGS for week number 1. And this next weekend, we have double the action, double the fun with double sessions in every single region. But for APAC, that means the back-to-backs on Friday night into Saturday and Saturday into Sunday. And y'all already know we're going to be doing as much watch partying as we can over here on the channel. So if you're wanting to make sure you're back for that, or if you just want to make sure that you're back for breakdown videos of every region every week like this one right here, make sure you check below that you're subscribed and you've got those notifications turned on. And it really mean a lot to me if you made it this far in the video. If you could leave a like down there on the video and leave a comment as well, as those are the two things that really help out your boy the most when it comes to putting this video in front of more people. Let me know your biggest surprises in week number 1. Let me know what you're expecting to see in week number 2. Until we catch y'all back over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard, alright y'all? It's your boy Q, signing out.